All right, so huge news out of Boston today.
Oh, yeah.
Zdeno Chara
Big Z is back.
is back with the Bruins.
Yeah.
You know, we got to dive into this.
Absolutely.
This is coming from Kevin Paul Dupont at the Globe today.
Great piece.
And really lays it out.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, we all remember Chara, right?
Oh, yeah.
Towering captain of the Bruins.
Led them to the Cup.
Stanley Cup 2011.
Yep.
Seemed like he was, 8 feet tall on skates?
At least?
At least, right?
Yeah. Big presence.
But he's not back as a player, though.
Right?
So that's what we're going to figure out today. Exactly what Eli is doing back with the black and gold.
Yeah, this is really interesting because it's not just like a
reunion tour.
A one-day contract kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's actually taken on a pretty significant role.
Yeah. So he's going to be a consultant and a mentor working directly with the players.
I think that's huge for the Bruins.
Absolutely. To have him back in that capacity.
Yeah, and Dupont actually quotes Don Sweeney.
Oh, yeah?
In the article.
The GM.
Yeah, the GM
Bruins
of the Bruins, saying that they've actually been in talks with Chara about this.
For a while now.
For a while.
Yeah, which is really interesting.
So what do you think Sweeney sees in Chara?
I mean, besides the obvious,
Yeah.
the legendary status, the Stanley Cup ring.
Right. It's got to be something more.
I think it's that leadership quality.
Okay.
He was always the guy in the locker room who
held everyone accountable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like when the Bruins were struggling, in the past, he would be the one to call those players-only meetings.
Yeah.
He wasn't afraid to get in someone's face.
Even veterans.
Especially veterans.
Yeah.
He was the captain. He led by example.
And he wasn't afraid to ruffle some feathers.
No, not at all.
Get the team back on track.
And that's what this young Bruins team needs.
Yeah. So you're thinking it's more than just like teaching these young guys
absolutely.
how to, win face-offs or block shots.
It's about that mentality.
Right.
That winning attitude.
That fire.
Yeah, that fire that he brought to every single game.
Every game.
Every practice.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was a machine.
Exactly. And that, and that goes back to his time with the Bruins, obviously.
Right.
The Norris Trophy.
Norris Trophy winner, best defenseman in the league.
The Stanley Cup we mentioned.
But even beyond that,
yeah,
he really shaped the Bruins culture.
Yeah. And, it's interesting because Chara did play for other teams.
Right. He had stints with the Capitals and the Islanders, but he's always going to be a Bruin.
Always a Bruin.
In our hearts.
In Boston. Yeah.
This just feels like the perfect final chapter.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of final chapters.
Hall of Fame.
I mean, it's got to be a lock, right?
First ballot, no question.
No question.
But it's not just about the trophies.
Brilliant.
It's about those moments. Like the 2011 Stanley Cup run.
Oh, man.
Down 0-2 to Vancouver in the finals.
I was at that game, too.
Oh, were you really?
I was there, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched it on TV, but to be there must have been incredible.
Oh, it was electric.
Yeah.
But, they were down 0-2.
And Chara he willed them back into that series.
Oh, he absolutely did.
I mean, he was a monster on defense.
You could just feel the intensity.
It was palpable.
Yeah, like he was daring the Canucks to score.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that solidified his Hall of Fame status.
Absolutely.
No question.
No question. But so let's bring it back to today.
Okay.
Do you think that same intensity, that winning mentality?
Yeah.
Can he actually reinstill that
right
in this new generation of Bruins?
I mean, it's a great question.
That's a big question.
It is a big question, right?
It's a huge question mark.
Huge question mark.
Yeah.
But I think his mentorship could be invaluable, especially for the younger players who are still trying to find their way.
Absolutely.
He's been there. He's done that.
Yeah.
He knows what it takes to win at the highest level.
And it's not just about, what he says.
Right.
It's about how he carries himself.
Exactly. It's his work ethic.
Yeah.
His dedication.
His preparation.
All of that.
Yeah.
That's what rubs off on players.
Right. So it's more than just a feel-good story.
Oh, way more.
It's not just Big Z coming home.
It's a strategic move by the Bruins to bring back that winning culture.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, we can't predict the future.
Obviously.
But the potential impact here is huge.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm really excited to see how this plays out.
I am too. I can't wait.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's recap.
Okay.
Zdeno Chara is back in Boston.
Back in black and gold.
As a mentor and a consultant.
Mm-hmm.
He's a surefire Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
Brings a wealth of experience and a winning pedigree.
No doubt about it.
The Bruins are hoping he can instill that same grit.
That same fire.
And determination.
Yeah.
That he had
in
their current team.
And, the big question is,
The big question.
can he help bring the Stanley Cup back to Boston?
That's the question, isn't it?
That's the question.
I guess only time will tell.
I guess so. But
It's going to be fun to watch.
I can't wait to find out.
Me too.
Hear stuff. Thanks for joining me today.
Anytime.
All right, we'll talk to you next time.
Sounds good.